Hey everyone, I am back with another video, and in this video we are going to be doing our next No Effs project. And we're back. We're back to the trusty Strathmore mixed media sketchbook that served us well for the Holbein acrylic gouache or acrylic gouache I should say, and the first art project that we had done. So I'm going to continue to use this for the second one. And what the project this time is using music for inspiration. It is another form of storytelling, so we're following that theme of storytelling, but it's going to be incorporating a song that means something to you, has significance to you, etc. I definitely recommend you check out the song if you haven't heard it before. I really enjoy his style for a melancholy feel, then to rev it up with like a crescendo almost and like a dramatic flair. You can kind of see that with his song featuring Kimbra, the Somebody That I Used to Know song. It was very, very popular and mainstream. I am going to be using my Micron plastic nib pen for the thumbnails for this one. So hopefully y'all can see everything a little bit better. I won't over sketch things and it will move a little bit quicker. It starts out and it's a very kind of dark, like thunk sound. Like the thunk of the bass line sounds like it's like thunking in your soul, if that makes sense. It's like a very hollow and almost depressing sound. And so for some reason when I listen to this song, I think of almost like a factory line. And we'll kind of get into that just a little bit more, but I think of like a factory line. So let's try perspective again. Almost kind of looks like this is like a beam of light coming down, but I think of like a factory line with like different machines over here. Now I'm not an engineer, so these machines are not based in real life, but, and then I think of like another arm over here doing production line. And whenever I'm listening to this song, I think of it like it's piecing together something, but you're not sure what of yet. So I'm going to just do like a whole bunch of circles here. I'm not sure what this part would be, because it either looks like it's going to be moving. Oh, that's something I could do. It could be like where it's like moving something up the line to a different part. So I could put different pieces right here to where you see it kind of moving across the line. And then over here could be like a machine of sorts with like buttons and like knobs and dials and everything. That's what I hear whenever I hear like the bass line of this, because it sounds like a very mechanical doom, doom, doom sound. Okay, and just, I'm not a composer, so please don't like come after me in the comments or anything. The next thing I think of, it's like a whole bunch of like the product that they're working up lined up in a row. And like here it would be a shot, but you're still not exactly sure what it is. I mean, you can kind of get a feel for what it is just based off some of these shapes, but it would be more like silhouettes with the light behind it. So you're still not exactly sure, but you have an idea. Oh wait, that was supposed to be light anyway. Well, this is what thumbnails are for. Okay, so something kind of like that. I also kind of see something where it's like an opening with like a little latch, or maybe, how could I do this? It's like it's a door with like hinges on it. But again, you're not really sure about what this entails. That's not the one we're going with. because you can't even tell what it's supposed to be. I'm going to think of this like still on the assembly line type of thing, because I really think the whole bass line and the way the drums are set up, it honestly makes it sound like some things are like falling into like a good vat, bad vat type of thing of like mixtures. And or like, I guess, defects. I really like that word as well. And so like here things could be falling in. I typically don't like to put a lot of words in my drawings just because I don't. And so it might be difficult to convey this except through use of color. So a lot of times if something is more on the red side, that means like fire or destruction. And so this could be the red and this could be the blue, which could be fun to play with the lighting, because like back here could be more yellowy, oops, if I could spell, more like a yellowy orange over here, and then like a yellowy green over here. So we could do a lot even just with lighting based off of those different concepts. And then even if it wasn't just a vat, even if it was, let's say we had a vat over here, oops, and then like here, and then on this side you had more of the production side going on here. Wow, once again my perspective is just terrible. But then this could be going into more of a unknown area over here. Although it's not even like doing anything to anything. Like I should have put a circle here. So something like this, and so it's not just floating. You could have it like connected to an actual machine type of thing. And then up here could be like a window where you see the silhouettes of people either examining it, or a twist, it could be like the finished production up here. Ooh. I'm not sure, but so the way that I'm going, does that really describe the actual song? And for me, it doesn't. It just kind of gives a synopsis to a part of what a video, like a music video, could have been. So instead, now I'm going to focus a little bit on the lyrics. One of the lyrics that really sticks out to me is pick apart the pieces of your heart. And so I'm gonna write that down here. Now, a long time ago, I did a piece where it was actually a whole series based off of this concept of a heart's a mess. And I did different images of hearts in different ways and styles. I don't think I have any images from those, but if I do, I'll try to put them over here or something. But one of them really spoke to me because it was I think it was more like an anatomical heart. So like, I'll have to look up a reference photo before I actually start if I choose this one. But it was more like an anatomical heart, but like the pieces of it were gears. And it turned out to be one of my favorites. I didn't do it well though. And so if I did do it, I would have to kind of look at exactly what was going on with it. If any of you have experienced like heartbreak or anything, like it honestly feels like your heart has been smashed into a million pieces, and it would require someone to physically pick up those pieces and glue them back together. That's what it really feels like. That's the easiest way I can describe it. And when I had created this series, that's what I was feeling at the time. So I was channeling a lot of stuff into what was going on. Let's go back to the same concept over here, and let's do it to where if we had one, it could be like this could be the one where it's like piecing together some of the crap that's been going on. And then here, and then over here, like a pulley system. But then as you transition over here, it's like mending itself. So that could be interesting to combine an ink area with like a watercolor area, and this be very sporadic and crazy. This represents like splatters. And this could be a more mechanical, logical side, and you know, which one will win out type of thing. I actually kind of like where this is going. Now we could have one, why did I do that over the watercolor? We could have one where it does actually look like an open chest cavity out of the like bot that they would be working on. Because while I listen to this song, it's almost as if like the production, oh shoot, that should have been up here. It kind of is like the production side is working on repairing like humans. Does that make sense? Like a human heart. So what could be in here is like, it could be just, no, it's too cheesy if it's a heart like that. Okay, so if we go back to the original heart, then you could see like all these different wires connecting to it, and like lights, and like a panel grid set up with like chips and stuff. And you could see maybe there's another panel back here, and then like a cog right here then we could connect that to a pulley system here. I had a chance to look up what an actual heart looks like. Looks like nothing what I've mapped out, but that's why we do these things. I just want to make sure I have the shapes correct, because I've never seen a human heart, you know, naturally, I guess, or like an actual human heart. And so it helps to have some of these like medical drawings to go off of. My perspective is really off. You'll notice that as a theme with me, where my perspective is usually pretty terrible. I have to work at things quite a bit in order for it to fit within the canvas or the paper that I'm working on. I can admit my flaws, everyone. I can admit my flaws. Okay, so that's kind of what it looks like. Kind of. That is terrifying. Okay, and then to incorporate some of the cogs and wheels, I have pulled up another image, and it looks like it would be really cool to make this piece like its own separate identity, or like to have like this kind of rigid backing behind it, where then you can like see inside some of the cog work that's here. Yeah, does that make sense? So like this is in itself like its own little piece of metal. I think it would be really cool to keep going with this theme. So let's go ahead and start. I think I have figured out something different I want to do with the internal part. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer this all over to more sustainable watercolor paper, because I do want to use my dip pen ink stuff and use washes of ink as well. So I need just a little bit more of a durable paper than the mixed media paper that this provides. This is my quick sketch of it. Very quick and very rough. And now what I'm going to go ahead and do is, I think I want to actually ink in a lot of the structural pieces first before I start trying to go in and detailing out things. The overall line work that I have right now is what I want to make look more like soft tissue, or kind of the more organic areas, and then the stuff going on the inside is what I really want to make the mechanical aspect of it. The concept of putting cogs and mechanical pieces within heart shapes or anything like that is not a new concept, but the way I'm going about everything, and because it is stemmed from a song that I heard of, it is a little bit different than what I have seen for the most part. So it's one of those things where I know it's not like the first time something like this has been done, but it is something that is a little bit different than what I have seen originally out there. I hope no one takes offense to my drawing, because I am not an anatomical artist, and this piece isn't supposed to represent complete, true anatomical forms. It's basically just to highlight the fact that this is supposed to be an anatomical heart. Okay, so I'm going to get out my dip pens now and we'll start that process. I apologize, I started filming something for Instagram and forgot that to turn on my camera up here. So you've kind of missed some of the line work right here, but I'm going to go ahead and time lapse the rest of this out so it's not quite so long. I tried to find a way for me to be able to upload the actual song during at least this part of the time lapse, but everything was telling me not to do it. And I don't monetize my videos anyway. I'm not at that point or that level to be able to do that regardless. But it was a concern about removing the audio from the video, or the entire video not being able to be played in 3 different countries, and one of them being the United States. I made the executive decision to leave the song out, but I really do hope you check out the links that I have left below. There's a live version of this song that Gotye had done, and it is amazing. I absolutely love like the differences that he put in his live version compared to the like regular track. So please check that out. Now that I have come to this part, I'm kind of taking a step back to see if there are any different things that I may want to incorporate. I did this off camera, and I'm not exactly sure how I feel about it yet, because it looks so starkly different, obviously, with, you know, the pen, and then this is the Prismacolor coal erase that I use to pretty much sketch out most of my stuff. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this is going to go, but that's the whole point of this, is to try it out and to see what we can do with this. All right, so my final thoughts pretty much about this piece is that I think overall it turned out pretty good. There are some things that I would definitely change in my approach, or how I shaded different areas, or how things kind of laid out. But for the most part, I really enjoyed the process. I really enjoyed the concept behind it. I enjoyed listening to the song over and over to receive this inspiration, and I kind of enjoyed going back to an older art piece that I had done and revamping it into a style that I feel more comfortable with today. I really enjoyed this project a lot, and not to, I guess, create too many spoilers, but I am actually thinking about doing something similar for my Inktober series, and it'll be an entire series of dedicated pieces to music that inspires me. but I'm not sure, so don't hold me accountable to that just yet. I'm still trying to plan out that bit of my life because Inktober does take over quite a chunk of time. But it's something that I really would like to commit to. I would also kind of like to commit to the insane notion that I could post every day on YouTube during the month of October. But that will remain to be seen as October approaches. So if any of you are participating in Inktober this year, let me know and we will support each other because I'll need it. But yeah, that's about it for this part of the voiceover. Thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to tag either the No Effs Project or my personal account. Use the hashtags if you want to start up a conversation, and subscribe if you would like to. I will see you in the next video. Bye!